As a company in Denmark, you are likely importing many different goods. Some of these you probably source from within the EU's borders, but you may also be importing goods from outside the EU. In this case, you need to be familiar with the EU regulation called CBAM, also known as the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. CBAM is a regulation designed to ensure that EU companies purchasing and importing goods from outside the EU pay for the CO2 emitted by those goods. For example, when an EU company imports steel from a country with less strict climate regulations, they will, in the future, need to purchase CBAM certificates to cover the CO2 emissions associated with the production of the steel. The regulation aims to create equal competition conditions and promote a global green transition. It will be fully implemented in 2026, but already you may encounter reporting requirements related to the CBAM regulations for goods you import from countries outside the EU. So, let's take a look at how you should proceed. First, you receive a notification from the authorities in your e-box. It will state that they have registered that you imported goods subject to CBAM in the previous quarter. They have not recorded what or how much. You now have 1 month to clarify this. The first thing you do is identify which of your imported goods are subject to CBAM. CBAM applies to a range of specific CN codes within the sectors of cement, iron and steel, aluminum, fertilizer, hydrogen, and electricity. Additionally, the goods must be purchased outside the EU, have a value of more than 150 euros, be released for free circulation within the EU. Once you have identified the goods, you need to contact your supplier and obtain a range of information. Details about the production of the goods, where it was produced, the processes used in production, as well as the total emissions from the facility that produced the goods. The level of detail is quite high, and it's not always easy to obtain the information. Therefore, it is a good idea to reach out to your suppliers now and get some of the basics in place. Once you have gathered the information, it should be entered into the CBAM register. The CBAM register is an online system to which your company's Meet ID administrator can grant you access via the Testcell Erhverv platform. Until 2026, reporting your imports is sufficient on its own, but after that, you will need to purchase CBAM certificates to offset the CO2 emissions from production. CBAM will have a significant impact on all companies that import goods from outside the EU, so it makes sense to prepare for the full implementation already. At Danish Industry, we are ready to assist with advice and guidance if you have any questions. On our CBAM webpage, you will find an overview of the covered CN codes, access to webinars, and additional advice and support. Best of luck!